typical tower defense game asks you to place towers strategically, upgrade them, and survive waves of enemies. The formula is familiar: defend the path, earn currency, build strong towers, repeat. There is little micromanagement involved. Most of the challenge comes from choosing the right towers and reacting to different enemy types. Mindustry starts like that too. And then suddenly you realize the towers are the least important part of the game. You still need turrets to defend yourself, but the game does not unfold like a traditional tower defense game. There is no fixed path. Enemies repeatedly target your core and can attack you from multiple directions. Their approach may seem obvious at first, but taking that for granted can become a costly mistake. I learned that the hard way. In a typical tower defense game, you usually begin with enough currency to place towers immediately. Defeating enemies earns you more currency, which allows you to upgrade your defenses and continue the cycle. Mindustry works differently. You do not start by building towers. The first thing I do is scan the map for resources and understand how far they are from my core. What resources are available, which ones are essential, and how quickly I can acquire them. The farther the resources are, the longer your conveyor network needs to be. That is where the game begins to change. Conveyor management, as I like to call it, defines how long you survive. The same resources you collect are also used to manufacture ammunition for your defense. Suddenly, your survival is no longer dependent on towers alone. It depends on how efficiently your entire system works. Designing your industry becomes critical, and every defeat teaches you something new. In most tower defense games, towers create defense. In Mindustry, logistics create defense. That is the real difference. Traditional tower defense games are built around predictable paths. You already know where the enemies are coming from, and most of the strategy involves around tower placements, upgrades, range coverage, and timing special abilities. In Mindustry, you are not simply managing towers, you are managing an industrial ecosystem. A damaged conveyor belt can interrupt your entire supply chain. Turrets without ammunition becomes useless. Poor resource routing weakens your front line. Power shortages can cripple your factory. Every part of your industry is connected, and when one section fails, the effects spread quickly. The game slowly teaches you that survival is not just about building more turrets. It is about building systems that can survive pressure. And that is what makes Mindustry different. The real enemy is not just the incoming wave of units. The real enemy is chaos. The game constantly tests your logistics, your planning, and your ability to adapt. If one defensive route is blocked, enemies will search for another opening. If your production slows down, your defense weakens with it. Weaknesses are exposed quickly, and ignoring them usually ends in disaster. Most tower defense games test your reactions. Mindustry tests your ability to build systems that continue functioning under pressure. That is also why the game becomes addictive. Each defeat forces you to optimize your next build. You redesign conveyor routes, improve efficiency, reorganize production, and rethink your entire layout. Slowly, chaos starts becoming organized. That satisfaction is difficult to explain until you experience it yourself. By the time your factory stretches across the map, you stop feeling like a player defending a base. You feel like the operator of a living machine. Conveyor belts move endlessly across the battlefield. Resources flow constantly through your systems, and every structure serves a purpose inside a much larger network. Stacking turrets everywhere is not enough. That was my first mistake. Mindustry is not really a tower defense game. Tower defense is simply the language it uses to introduce you to something much bigger.